Good morning, my brothers and sisters. We all come to church for a variety of reasons. For some of us, it's a moral foundation for our kids. For others, it's to have a sense of community. For some, we come to church when we're in despair and we need comfort and we need love. My dad died about two months ago now, and it rocked my foundation. Losing a parent is a tough thing. I was at church the week after he died, and Mary Carter took me aside, and she said, I can see you're sad. What's going on? And her comfort and her love that day started the process of rebuilding my foundation of what it means to be a Christian again. And those little miracles of having pastors that look out for you make all the difference in life. So I'm a new congregant to this church. I was transferred from Joshua Tree up to Golden Gate about 18 months ago, and the very first visitors that we had to our house were my parents. They came up, and it was over a weekend, so we all went to Grace, of course, and I brought my in-laws, and I brought my brother and sister-in-law, and my niece and nephew, and friends. We actually went to the 11 a.m. Mass, and we took up 2 pews, which was pretty impressive. And during that Mass, Dr. Greg does what the pastors do every week. They invited everyone to God's supper. They invited everyone in church to partake in the Eucharist. And my father went up, and as we were leaving church to go get something to eat, he said, that's the first time in my life anyone's ever invited me to take communion. And he's been going to church with my mom for 50 plus years, but it was a Catholic church. And he's not a Catholic, and so he was never invited to partake in the Lord's Supper. And he said that was probably one of the most special moments of my life. He said, this is a good church for you guys. I wish I had a church like this. So when my dad was buried last weekend, I went to that funeral with peace and beauty in my heart because I knew he was with Christ. It's those miracles that happen from our pastors and from our congregants here at Grace that makes me so proud that I can pledge to a church like this. So on behalf of my dad and myself, thank you so much for having a place like Grace that we can worship at. Thank you.